COVID-19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
Don't drink the apple juice.
Yes.
But drink in the sunshine, because it looks like it could be a little bit sunnier today, right?
Yeah, sunshine today and trending warmer this afternoon despite the cold start. We're going to get really warm up nicely. Today, still maybe on the cool side overall when you take it as a whole, but really the next couple of days will be even warmer as that spring and even summer feel does return for us. But a nice finish to our weekend today. Temperatures will stay in the 50s along the immediate lake shore due to a lake breeze setting in this afternoon. But from Cleveland Hopkins, we'll make 60, even a little bit further inland to Elyria, and even in Sandusky, we'll try for 61. Meanwhile, further south, though, 61 in Medina, 62 Akron, 63 Canton, 65 Millersburg, our warm spot, Dover at 66 degrees. So all in all, really a nice day. Also good for some Guardians baseball. First pitch against the Red Sox, final game of the series at 1:40. Now, keeping in mind that, of course, near the lake shore here, we're going to stay in the 50s throughout the game, but it's better than we were yesterday with the clouds, the breeze, and in the 40s. So a nice bright day for some baseball at Progressive Field this afternoon. First Alert Doppler is quiet. We're going to enjoy these next couple of days with sunshine as high pressure's in control, because we've got active weather out to the west, both from basically Minnesota down through portions of Arkansas. Severe weather outbreak likely tomorrow in the upper Midwest, and it's that system that's going to be moving our way on Tuesday to give us some showers and thunderstorms. So First Alert Future View, quiet in the near term. Sunny today, temperatures warmest away from the lake shore. We're chilled tonight, and as a result, away from the lake is where some of our coldest temperatures will be found. There could be some patchy frost in those most rural areas. As we head into Monday, all of us climbing well into the 70s with the sunshine continuing. We're mild overnight into Tuesday morning. And let's talk about Tuesday, because there is the risk for some storms, and it's not out of the question that a couple of those may turn strong, if not severe. There are still some limiting factors, though. If we get enough clouds in the morning and maybe even some rain, that would lower the severe risk. Now, this particular model doesn't show that, and the opportunity for maybe an individual cell or two here in the afternoon that develops and that could be severe. But notice it's not going to rain all day on Tuesday. There will be some dry time. It will be warm in between, temperatures near 80, and then when that front finally passes, we will see things cooling down into Wednesday. So here's the severe storm factors on Tuesday. We have a frontal boundary. We have some wind shear spin in our atmosphere. We have some moisture, and the time of day would be favorable, all these things for producing severe weather. But what's working against us? The storm track is not favorable, more to our south, and also that storm energy. If we get too many clouds or some rain earlier in the day, that could really work against us. So really more of what I would call a conditional risk. Just a day still to watch on Tuesday. We'll update you with the changes. First Alert 7-day, though, shows much cooler weather on Wednesday, and then more active on Thursday and Friday as that front moves back into our area. Right now trending cooler for the start of the weekend.